Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to another video from TW White & Sons. So, I've had a couple of days out of the office and come back in today, and this has come in part exchange a couple of days ago, a CX-5 Sport Black Edition. Now, this car was supplied new by ourselves here at TW White's Orpington. In fact, personally by myself, back in October 2022, but it only seems like yesterday. Now, the previous owner, her and her family, her mum, dad, sisters, all the family really, have bought cars from us. She actually lives over in Essex, Billericay way, but does come and use us for sales and service. Now, this car was actually due in for a service. It's due a service in 10 days time, but instead of having the car serviced, we enticed them into a new car. So we're quite good at that here. Customers like, you know, why spend money on their car? It's coming up to its sort of third year service, MOT, etc. First MOT, why not, you know, change the car? Sometimes it can be more cost effective. So that's what happened. And we got this car in part exchange. Now, it's equivalent to what you would call a Hamura. So if you went onto the Mazda website and looked at the CX-5 Hamura, this is the specs. You've got all the black trimmings, the black piano black wheel arches, the front splitter, the black wing mirror covers, the privacy glass, the black wheels, and it's done about 32,000 miles. So due a service, due its first MOT, probably the best time to buy a used car, because obviously any work needed doing on its third year service would probably be needed to be done around now. So it'll go in our workshop, full 101 point check, in order for us to put a year's Mazda warranty for when the next person collects or we deliver the car. So it's in lovely condition, machine grey. I've had a quick look around it. We're giving it a quick clean. It needs another clean really, but we're getting a bit of backlog of cars needing to be photographed. But it's all good, you know. Look, rear bumper's in good condition. The back here's decent. Sometimes the boots of these sort of SUV type cars have had a very hard life, you know, with things like dogs and stuff, but I can't see a dog here anywhere. You know, I've got a young son, he's 6. I've always got scooters and kites and muddy boots and stuff in the back, but no, this is all really decent. You've got these 40-40 sort of split rear seats, all right. Sorry, 40-20-40 split rear seats. So real practical car. In fact, one of our long-standing customers today, who has always had Mazda 3s, has purchased one of these. She thought it would be too big for herself, but then went out and drove one and realised it was actually easier to park. So if you're worried about getting a car of this size, you probably find it's quite easy to drive coming out of a smaller hatchback. You've got a rear door that opens up at about 80 degrees, so it's dead easy to get people like small children in and out of child seats, or, you know, if you've got mobility problems, if you're like me, bit stiff, getting in and out the back of this car, not a chore at all. But it's all really decent, really decent. In fact, I brought the service history along, but yeah, nice car. So let's go inside and I'll give you a quick overview. Now, it's got a sunroof. You've got very important safety features, and I'll tell you why I think it's important. I used to think, oh, you know, come on, I know how to do that. I know how to check my mirrors and bits and pieces like that. But there's some very terrible drivers on the road, and these features could protect you from them. Okay, so look at this. So it says here, service due in 10 days or 450 miles. That will be done. That's the oil change as well. All right, so that will be done. So I'll get rid of that. Now there's the mileage there, 32,332. All right, you've got a heads-up display there that all adjusts with your seat. You've got an electric seat. Driver's front seats are electric. Driver's seats electric with memory. You've got lane departure warning, so if you were to veer out of a lane without indicating, it'll warn you, you know, in case you've dozed off. You've got lane assist, okay. You've got blind spot monitoring, I believe, but let me just double check. Hold on, let's go into the settings. That'll prompt me. Don't want to mislead you. But I'm pretty sure. Safety settings, safety alerts. Yeah, blind spot monitoring. So there's little lights in the wing mirrors here and here. So if somebody was undertaking you or overtaking you, it'll warn you that they're coming up on the inside or outside. Yeah. So that's really good. If someone was to slam their brakes in front, if you're at a roundabout, it'll also detect. Okay, so it's like smart city braking. So very important. And then obviously you've got your traction control, ABS, etc. You've got your cruise control. All right. Yeah, all great stuff. All really good stuff. Auto lights, wipers. Yeah. Heated seats, heated steering wheel, reverse camera. All right. Yeah, all good stuff. All good stuff. Bose stereo. So I'm just having a little think. I don't want to miss anything out. Sunroof, auto dimming rear view mirror. Yeah, lovely thing. Now these are proving to be a super popular used car, and I can see why. A lot of other cars out there, I'll be honest, and I'm not knocking other manufacturers because we do occasionally retail the good ones. Some cars aren't really fit for purpose these days because they're all geared up around emissions. They've got tiny little engines that are unreliable, you know, EcoBoost, PureTech engines, all these little 3-cylinder engines and stuff, which are very unreliable, all in the quest for this sort of low emissions. Where Mazda, they went the other way, bigger engines, 4 cylinders, you know, which is, I think, the minimum you should have. You know, they're very drivable and very reliable, yeah, which is why they make such a good used car proposition. All right, now here's your servicing. All right, so they've been back to us twice, 23, 24. So this year, instead of having it serviced, they have bought a car. Okay, and I couldn't tell you how many they've had. I've been in the business a long time, maybe half a dozen, this particular customer. Okay, now we are an approved used dealer. Not all Mazda dealers are. So with that, we have high prep standards, a very comprehensive Mazda used car warranty, roadside assistance for a year, which is home start, it is European cover, and MOT insurance for the first year. All right, so if you're comparing other cars, oh, there's a cheaper one there. Obviously, all cars, it's down to condition, but also the backup you'll get. You may get a cheaper car, and then you'll be crying later on where you take it into your garage for something, and they're like, oh, you need discs, pads, shock absorbers, tyres, etc, etc. Okay, so please do compare apples for apples and pears for pears. Now, we've got the most wonderful part exchange facility because we want your part exchange. We're a new car business, Mazda, but we're also a big used car operator. We rely on part exchanges to supply our used car business. Therefore, you'll get the best deal with a used car. There's lots of hype out there about selling your car online and stuff. It's all a ploy to get your cars. Let us know. Let us know what you have. Let's see what we can do. Let's offer you. Let's deliver a seamless, enjoyable buying experience. Okay. Now, we've got fantastic finance facilities. Please do inquire for full T's and C's. We've got warranty extension facilities, delivery facilities, etc, etc. We're a 7-day-a-week business and we don't mind responding out of hours. So get in touch. Let's see what we can do. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. Please do like, subscribe, comment and share this video, and we look forward to seeing you. Thank you very much. Bye bye.